the inventor of the road, from carriage to engine. Hey folks, tonight we're talking about the idea that made the world stop standing still, the desire for speed. For thousands of years, humans relied on animals, but in the 19th century, in one dramatic burst, we decided we would build our own machines, the machines we now call cars and motorcycles. So before we start this journey, buckle up or put on your helmet, because this is the story of steam, gasoline, and the German passion that liberated us from the horse. Chapter 1. The Delusion of Steam. Our story begins in the 17th century, when the horse was the undisputed king of the world. No person could go anywhere faster than a horse could carry them. But then a few scientists started to dream. In 1769, a French military engineer, Nicolas-Joseph Cugnot, built what is often considered the first true automobile. It was a massive three-wheeled, steam-powered cannon hauler. Think about it. This was the first thing to move without a horse. It traveled at a blazing speed of 2.5 miles per hour, 4 kilometers per hour, had no brakes, was incredibly difficult to steer, and, most importantly, it could barely run for 15 minutes. Legend has it that during one test, Cugnot's Fardier à vapeur lost control and crashed into a brick wall. He caused the world's first car accident in just 15 minutes. For the next century, many inventors experimented with electricity and steam, but every machine suffered the same problem. Steam engines were too heavy and batteries were too weak. The world needed a magic engine that was small, powerful, and completely portable. Chapter 2. Germany, 1885. The birth of the engine. The world struggled with steam for nearly 200 years, but the solution arrived in two separate German workshops at almost the exact same time. The era was 1885. Protagonist 1, Karl Benz. In Mannheim, Germany, Karl Benz was an eccentric inventor who despised the concept of the horse-drawn carriage. His goal wasn't just to put an engine on a carriage, but to build an entirely new vehicle around the engine. In 1886, he introduced his Benz patent motor wagon. It was a three-wheeled vehicle that looked like a large, awkward bicycle. Its engine was mounted in the rear, producing a whopping 0.75 horsepower, HP. Karl Benz called it the horseless carriage, but no one cared. They were confused by this loud, slow, and smelly thing. They thought it was just another crank's toy. The heroine, Bertha Benz. If Karl Benz invented the car, his wife Bertha Benz made it famous. In 1888, without her husband's knowledge, Bertha took their two sons and set out on the world's first long-distance road trip in the motor wagon. Their goal? To travel 106 kilometers from Mannheim to her mother's house in Pforzheim. The journey was epic. When the car ran out of fuel, she stopped at a chemist's shop, pharmacy, and bought petroleum ether, creating the world's first gas station. When a wire shorted out, she fixed it using her hairpin. Bertha Benz not only proved the vehicle's practicality, but she also provided a list of engineering problems that Karl later fixed. Her daring showed the public that this was not just a toy, but the future of transportation. Chapter 3. The secret birth of the motorcycle. Surprisingly, the motorcycle was born even before the car, and it came from the hands of one of the car's biggest founders. Karl Benz's rivals were Gottlieb Daimler and his colleague Wilhelm Maybach. In 1885, exactly 1 year before Karl Benz patented his three-wheeled car, Daimler and Maybach invented the Daimler Reitwagen, riding wagon. This vehicle was a wooden-framed contraption fitted with Daimler's new, small, high-speed gasoline engine. It was a motorized bicycle, often considered the world's first gasoline-powered motorcycle. The problem? It was terrifyingly unstable. To keep it upright, Daimler added stabilizer wheels on both sides. So it was less a motorcycle and more a four-wheeled bicycle that served as a prototype. Daimler and Maybach quickly abandoned the motorcycle idea. They, like Karl Benz, turned their focus to building a four-wheeled vehicle, the Cannstatt Daimler, 1886, which later formed the foundation of the Mercedes-Benz company. So the man who invented the first motorcycle dismissed it as impractical in favor of building a car. Chapter 4. Harley and Indian, the soul of the machine. German genius invented the engine, But America popularized these machines and gave them soul. In 1903, in a small shed in Wisconsin, William S. Harley and Arthur Davison designed a large single-cylinder engine and tried to fit it into a bicycle frame. Their first machines were so weak they had to pedal to get up hills. But they didn't give up. By 1903, they sold their first Harley-Davidson motorcycle. At the same time in Massachusetts, the Indian Company, starting in 1901, rapidly grew to become the world's largest motorcycle manufacturer. Both the car and the bike started as toys for the rich, but